only have to open like a third, and then you're not opening the whole box. They're each like 3 little boxes.
Why the fuck would you want to do that?
Because you're Canadian and you're
but
not
then
a
you
fat
can't
American.
eat
And you
the
don't
whole...
want to... Exactly. Because you're not a fat American and you don't want to eat the whole box at once.
thing.
Rich!
You got one hand.
Thank you. I was going to ask you if you could test the microphone, and you did. So what's it like having helping run a podcast that's structured and
it's a lot different than this.
Yeah.
Like the podcast I'm on actually has like structure, and we actually have the questions like beforehand.
That's
and there's
stupid.
like spreadsheets.
That's not
Jules was very intimidated at first by it, actually.
That's not organic.
yeah, it's all right.
Can't have memes that way.
I feel like the first podcast I was on, we had that. We never followed it, but it was nice to like have that to like fall back on. Whereas like with us, like if we ever run out of the shit to talk about, we're gonna be like, "You're fat," like shit.
Which that's entertaining as it is.
Yeah.
I feel like with a lot of questions, it'd be like, okay, Jules, what's if you're a poop? What kind of poop would you be?
Want to die?
Yeah.
All right, fuck it. Well, shit. Welcome to
Kind of BoyFlop.
It's actually we're 50-50 here.
this. We are. This is This is not really BoyFlop, is it? I mean, you guys are boys.
Welcome to Human Flop.
human flop. It is human flop.
Homo sapien flop. Fucking. This is BoyFlop 25, I believe, which is
25 or 26.
I think it's
One of the
25.
two.
Quarter century
Which
boy
is
flop.
great
Which is-
because your 25th birthday
Yeah,
was
that's what I was
yay.
thinking. Anyways,
yesterday. One boy flop for every year you've been alive.
so this is interesting because this is the first BoyFlop without our core one of our core members.
Our core member.
Yeah.
The one member.
The one boy, our core boy,
The most boy of them all.
core boy.
Yeah.
I'm Family Jules 7X.
Hi.
And then we have 2 special guests. Well, actually, one special guest. I feel like we were talking, and
You're
Adriana-
not special.
I'm an honorary boy.
I think
Yeah.
once you've been on 3 BoyFlops, you're not special anymore.
I'm just a boy.
You are just a boy.
You're just supplemental, John.
But we do have a special boy with us today.
Hi.
Hi. You can talk close to the
It's your
microphone.
first
Hi.
boy
Who are
flop.
you?
Baby's first
I'm
boy flop.
Chatia12.
Hi, Chatia12.
Hi.
Welcome to the BoyFlop.
Thank you.
is-
It's lovely.
Is it? You've been in our house for now 2 days, and
Yes.
I feel like you've already been intimidated by the memes.
Incredibly intimidated by the memes.
You missed at the end. We just did a stream on my channel where we did the fabled Dorito, which
and I'm
was
sad I missed the Dorito.
Yeah, and you missed
I'm
the
really
Dorito.
heartbroken about the Dorito thing.
Dorito was good.
But
He even had guacamole.
but you
You're
saw the VOD, and
Yep.
it was yeah, I don't know. But anyway, so yeah, last week I thought I was going to be doing a lot more streaming and stuff and getting shit ready before this meme boy
And
apocalypse.
then Microsoft released their messiah of an operating system,
And your
Windows
boy.
10.
Yeah. No, it was kind of like the beginning of the downfall of everything that worked on my computer. I think I added it up, and I've had to pay $700 in like repairs and replacements and shit ever since that initial like Windows 10 thing.
Windows
So
10 out of
essentially
10.
Patreon.
Essentially my first Patreon check. Thank you everybody who fucking threw your money at me for Mansion Basement.
Donated
You
for
saved his computer.
atonal
Literally
nonsense.
saved his computer.
Yeah, you saved my computer, so thank you very much. Anyways, had I finished all that shit, I'd probably be way less stressed, and we would have had a BoyFlop out last week, but
Oops.
we didn't, and couldn't get one before.
I think there was like pretty much every night we're just like, should we BoyFlop?
Well,
And
I
everyone
would-
was just kind of made like vague, disgusted noises, and then we went back to our rooms.
Well, like I wouldn't have been able to edit it.
Yeah.
Because I edit these on my main computer, which wasn't working. So
Yeah.
I don't know. So sorry, and we didn't even like put out social media anything about us not putting BoyFlop out last week. So we apologize. We don't do this formally. Fucking we do this because whatever.
It's a podcast called Boy Flop.
Yeah, seriously.
Can't
Some people take it seriously, like my mom.
Does your mom really listen to BoyFlop?
I
hope
really
not.
doubt it.
Shout
My-
out
my
to
dad
Mom
wa-
EB. If
No.
you're listening,
Yeah.
we love you.
Shout out to the mom
my
EB.
dad watches once in a while, and he'll like call me and be like, "What the fuck's wrong with you?"
Shout out to Dad EB.
Yeah,
Tell
hi,
your-
Dad EB.
Tell your dad you're earning community service.
Yeah,
He's babysitting.
You really have been babysitting since I've been here.
it's been a nightmare.
You
I
really
feel that.
haven't.
Well, what I was going to get to was I was trying to get everything done before we had the foreshadowed ton of boys.
Boy parade.
Camp Boy Shack.
Camp Boy Shack.
Camp Boy Shack.
Too many boys.
But I didn't, and we did a long stream today involving giant pizza boxes, Doritos, and trying to record things, but memes happening all around us.
Yeah.
That's pretty much the theme of the visit, I would argue.
Yeah, memes everywhere.
Can we call this? No, we can't call it that. Never mind. I'll tell you next time. I'll say next time. Side note: cut this out.
I'll be sure to cut this part out. Okay. So we have a lot of people here already, but we wanted to do a bunch of boy flops featuring everybody. So we actually have
Minus John.
minus John. Yeah. Well, when does he come back?
I don't know, like a couple days.
Couple days.
I think he said he'd be gone a week, and he left when Wednesday.
Yeah.
Wait, Ryan, when did you get here? Okay, Ryan's choosing to not speak. But
Ryan's choosing to abstain.
He got here Thursday.
Yeah, because he got here before me.
So I
That's
think Jen will
Friday.
be back next Thursday. He's in Minnesota right now with his family.
His family, I think his sister's graduating or something, which is cool.
Yep, and he gets to hang out with Paul Freed.
So we still,
he's in our thoughts.
yeah.
Shout out to Dadison Young.
Prayers for Mr. Freed.
Yeah, prayers for John.
Prayers for everybody in that household right now.
I mean, I'm serious. I spent one night there. It's a mess.
I don't know what you're saying to me. I'm being whatever. I'm getting memes whispered to me softly from across the table.
There's nothing different. There's literally nothing different.
I guess that just means one of you two need to say devil's advocate more to make
I
up.
can do that.
Okay, no, stop.
Adriana found a toy. Anyways,
She found something on the floor to play with.
so over the next few weeks,
Not just anything.
It's
It
a
is
toy.
a carrot recorder pen. From
That is a
Zootopia.
$1 toy from Dollar
It is
Tree.
not. I paid $20 for this.
Oh my god.
And
what
your badge.
And the badge.
And the
what
badge.
It's on sideways.
I really want to cosplay
you really want
Judy Hopps
to be a
from
furry.
Zootopia.
You want to be a furry.
Anyways, I have her carrot recorder pen from the movie, and I sampled Rich's laughter.
Good.
Everybody missed you on BoyFlop Patreon. So anyways, over the next few weeks we're gonna have a bunch of different guests, a bunch of different people from YouTube and Twitch and all sorts of shit. So that should be fun.
Nerds.
I think next week we'll bring Jack back Flop.
Yeah.
And
You don't kill him with a burrito again.
okay,
Yeah.
listen, can we let
was
that go?
fun.
No, we cannot let that
let
go.
that go?
No,
No.
we can't. That was the whole reason the Dorito happened.
Was it?
Yeah, it was.
Okay.
The Dorito happened because you sent him a video of a dog being made into a burrito.
Yes.
Oh,
And
yeah,
then the
you're
chat was
right,
like, we
right,
need to
right.
see that with Jules because
You're
it
right,
almost
you're
made him
right,
like
you're
cry because it was so
Can
adorable.
we define Dorito for the people listening? Not
Hey,
in
So
a
people
joke.
aren't offended.
Dorito is
I'm offensive and I find this
a
Mexican.
Jules burrito, a burrito made of Jules, wherein we laid him on the floor onto a blanket and wrapped him up like a burrito on stream.
And then you struggled to drag him around the floor.
Yes.
And then you added guacamole.
I am a small, yes. Then Rich came in and threw a green blanket on top of it, which was guacamole.
I almost tricked him into taking a shot of olive oil.
I was so distraught at that point. I was about to drink anything
It was funny.
that was even remotely alcoholic.
Yeah.
But no, it was fun. Anyway, so yeah, that's all I wanted to say. So, Chatia12, do you mind saying your actual name?
Erica Brown.
Okay, Erica. So, what is it that you do?
You live in a far-off, mythical third world country.
Hey, am I the first international you've had on here?
Yes.
I am the first international guest on BoyFlop. I feel special.
She
I am
lives in America's baseball cap.
I'm a
We'll
Canadian.
we'll send you your plaque in the mail.
Ambassador Flop.
Yeah.
The Ambassador Flop, I like it. No, so I work for a PR company called Evolve. We basically do PR for video games, mostly independent video game developers, though we do have a couple bigger clients. I'm also a Twitch. I Twitch broadcast, which is how I got into the whole PR thing because I was actually a scientist before then.
Yeah, I was
She
gonna
was a
say, don't you have your
She's
fucking
really
PhD
cool.
in smartology?
well,
and you,
Yeah, she's
no,
really cool. She used to
she got some
research
smarts
cancer.
there.
I did.
You got
I
your
used to
thought in
research
smartology.
I
Wait, what'd you say?
She said she used to research cancer, which means she used to research BoyFlop.
That's not nice.
It's not untrue.
Shit, that's why
yeah.
John's gone.
So how long are you doing cancer research and stuff?
So I was a cancer researcher for about 10 years. I don't technically have my PhD yet, but all I have to do is write up, and it's mine. Like, I've done all the requirements and everything.
Okay, so now when you say write up, I
My
mean,
thesis, like all my
That
experiments.
I
are done.
wrote.
Okay, so you have to write a book. When you say a write
Yeah.
up, I assume like a,
No,
like a
this is going to
5-paragraph
be
essay in MLA
no,
format.
we're talking like a 250-page document, if probably more than
Let me just
that.
bang that out real
I
quick.
helped.
He did. To be fair, Rich actually did write a very succinct, summarized version of my
Really?
thesis way back, like right when I first
Long time
met you.
ago.
What is that? Is
Literally-
that the abstract?
Literally, the very first Skype conversation we had, you wrote that.
What is that called? Is that an abstract?
Yes,
Something-
so basically-
I did it! I did
Yes.
it!
You have a smart degree too.
Yay!
So Rich did in fact write a abstract for my thesis, and yeah,
It was pretty much I just made poop jokes in MS Paint with like Comic Sans and sent it to her.
So it's an abstract .png.
It was .gif, I think.
No, you actually wrote it out. Do you not remember?
I remember I wrote like a paragraph in brown Comic
Yeah.
Sans, and it was like, "This is my thesis on how to be smart" or something. Like
And
Yeah.
I wish I could
It's the
write more,
voice
but I am a
crack in the
YouTube
abstract
or
also.
something like that.
Yeah.
So yeah, I basically did that for 10 years, and then I saw a job posting for this position at Evolve, and I was like, well, I like video games, and I like talking to people,
Ugh.
and yeah, I know, right?
Okay, but would you say you like video games or cancer better? Or are
There's
there
what
there-
are
the
there is no difference.
She literally got it. She got the same job.
Oh my god, this tumor appears to be the new Bethesda game that they're now showing at E3, and it's a card game called, what the fuck was it called? Fucking Elder
Legends.
Scrolls
Legends.
Magoo.
This Todd Howard is spreading to the rest of the body.
Hey yo, what's up? I made this in my basement yesterday. Check it.
It's actually cancer.
Yeah.
Jesus. So
It's fucked up.
now that you've gotten another job in the field of
Yes.
cancer, what,
Yes.
Yeah.
you're going
Now you promote cancer.
Now I promote cancer, yeah. Yes,
So-
I'm going to E3 tomorrow morning in like less than like 9 hours.
have fun. How long is that a plane trip for?
It's an hour. It's to LA.
Do they give
Oh.
you like?
It's in LA.
Wait, you're flying to LA?
Yeah, I'm flying to LA.
Why?
Why not?
I did.
I'm
that.
not. I'm
it's
not
like
paying
it's
for
like
it.
20 minutes.
Oh, I didn't
when
know that.
When I missed.
My friends who lived in San Diego didn't tell me the best way to get to LA from San Diego.
Well,
So
you told us you were going to EA like a week before you got here.
E3.
What did I
EA.
say?
He's
Yeah.
doing
Yeah.
EA.
It's the same
Yeah.
thing. It's the
Yeah.
same thing. Did they give you complimentary bags of Doritos and like Papa John's pizza shirts
Mountain
and
Dew.
stuff? And does Jeff Cayley go, "Hey, what up?"
at E3, I have no. This is my first E3. I have no idea what happens.
Try to give Jeff Cayley a noogie for me.
Okay, what if I get a swirly instead?
That would be good too.
Okay,
He
I'll do what I
deserves it.
can.
I think it's gonna be interesting because how I've had it described to me is like MagFest, which you've been to, is literally the polar opposite
Yeah.
to E3.
So I can
as far
already
as-
I can already give you a bit of a description of it because
Yeah.
I've been scheduling like E3 appointments for like 3 weeks now, and
all we know is just the train wrecks that we watch on
Yeah.
They're
I
so
mean-
funny.
Yeah.
They're so funny. Just watching old awkward businessmen be like, "Yo, check out this thing that you hip kids want to play, right? Right?
Yeah.
Memes, right? Am I right, guys?"
so I don't have anything to do with that. But
with memes.
no, with being a hip businessman or whatever the hell you
But
just
those-
said.
they're funny. They wear a sideways cap and they're like, "Haha, Tupac."
Representative of fellow kids.
What? Is that your laugh track?
Yeah.
Cue audience laughter.
Yeah.
So you've been doing
sorry.
appointments. Sorry, for
Yeah,
cutting you off.
basically, so if you've ever been to like a PAX or any convention like that, basically there's just games on the floor, you line up and you get to play it. E3 doesn't work like that. E3 is a lot more formal. You have to make an appointment and then you show up to a presentation where it's a person at the front of the room. They're going to give you like a 15, 30-minute presentation, and then you'll be taken around and you'll be allowed to demo the games. But it's it's very formal. You have to book appointments. If you're not there on time, you're not getting in the room, all that kind of thing. And PSA for Twitch and YouTubers, because I've been spending the past 3 weeks trying to get this through their heads. If you don't make appointments, you're probably not going to see the games.
But at least it sounds like a convention where like you actually get to play the game instead of waiting in line for the entirety of the day.
Yep. And the reason for that is because the major media outlets are there, right? You know,
Right.
someone from a huge media outlet is not going to sit in line and wait for it.
That
But
makes
yeah,
sense.
you show up for your appointment, you're good to go.
Dude, I remember PAX, like, they had, like, a VR free play thing, and, like...
That line was like 4 hours long.
Like, what was it? We went to it at, like, 1 in the afternoon on Sunday or something like that.
And
when
it was
was
like 4 or 5 hours.
The line, went on longer than the day was.
And at the end of the 5 hours, you got to get pink eye.
Yep. That's right. I forgot about that.
The parting gift.
Yeah.
I think I played a total of one game at the entirety of PAX.
I got to play that VR game where you're like,
Oh yeah, that
you're
was
like
really cool.
a giant
yeah.
and you pick up cars and smash something and shit. That was
seemed
cool.
fun.
It was not nice.
It was really funny.
He kept like smashing cars into pedestrians. It was not nice.
I think there was one. I can't remember the name of the game. I wish I did. But like, it was like that was my first like Vive experience, and like I really like I was kind of on the fence whether or not I wanted Oculus or Vive, and I was just like, fuck it. Here's an indie game that's probably using like one of the first dev kits, but at least it would be like an accurate representation, because that's like you actually have the motion controls and you can walk around, as opposed to the Oculus where you sit on your ass and play Minecraft. But like this one's like, I don't know, like you push a button and then you're all of a sudden like giant and you have like little people walking around and you just like pick them up and like throw them at buildings and shit. It was like really fun. Like, I mean,
It was also
Yeah.
really cool, like watching Jules play VR, because like with his hairstyle, the way that the headset sits on his head, it kind of like parts his hair so he looks like Wolverine. Like he just looks like Hugh Jackman with hair.
you I think you got pictures of that.
I did
have
get
seen
pictures
them
of
and
it.
I agree.
You can tweet those out. But yeah, I think I was there's you can literally pick up two cars and then just like smash them together like this and just blood spurts out the side.
You're a bad
Not
person.
nice.
It's really
not
funny.
nice.
Anyways, I don't know, I feel like I'd really like E3 maybe in that regard. Like it sounds like really corporate, and that's, I mean,
It depends what you're going to. I mean, those
Right.
major. The thing is, you guys see the big boys
Bless
on
you.
TV, right?
Those are
I
the
mean,
funniest.
yeah.
The people, like most of the people
Bless
we're
you.
repping, we do have people in some of the shows. But if you show up to a booth, I mean, it's just us. I mean, we're just
Right.
normal people, and a lot of the people giving the presentations are the devs. So
Right.
they're not the big suits, and they're indie devs. I mean, you guys work with them all the time. They're cool. They're really cool people, and they're just excited about what they're doing. But I'm just excited to go because it's E3, right?
Right.
Like it's the whole. I've been saying it all the time. Like I remember being 12 years old, sitting in front of the TV, watching E3, and being like, "Man, how cool
wanna
would that
go
be
to
if
a
I got to
video
go?"
games.
And I'm getting paid to go to E3, which is ridiculous.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's rad.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like it was really cool to hear that you got a job like in this field, in the field of video games, because like I knew you through Man vs. Game
Yep.
and a bunch of Twitch streamers, and you've been with Twitch since it was like Justin TV, right?
Yeah, about 6-7 years.
Yeah, like people, I don't think people even realize that Twitch was technically people on Justin TV trying to like use not even capture cards probably.
No, capture cards came around later, and then we were using Adobe. Oh, what was it?
Did you just have like the camcorder up against the screen?
Some people did that. There was
God.
like there was a lot of Call of Duty people that did that for some
course.
reason. They literally would just videotape their TV while they were playing, and I think they used a cell phone mic. I don't even know what they were
Jesus.
using for mic. But we didn't have OBS. We didn't have XSplit. The name of the programs we were using, it was a mess to cast back then, and
Bet.
like chat wasn't stable. So it was like, do I have chat today? Nope. Oh well.
I don't think, did we even have like Let's Plays back then? Like 2007?
Yeah,
Yeah,
actually,
yeah.
it's interesting. Complete tangent, but you met Michael, right?
Yes.
He actually, he's been like familiar with like the Let's Play scene since like 2006, like back when it was like kind of sort of being popular on little forums like Something Awful and stuff. And like he actually like kind of gave me a crash course on like the rough history of it, where like we're familiar with stuff like Game Grumps and stuff,
Right.
and there's people that were doing like exactly like that formula, where like a couple guys just fucking around in front of a game back in like 2006 2005, and like it used to be this super fucking underground thing. I didn't even hear about it.
Right.
And I was like always on the Newgrounds forums and stuff. And now it's like this big prominent thing, and you can do it live or on YouTube.
Yeah,
and all this
anyone
crazy
can do
stuff.
it these days. Yeah, like
Yeah.
every it seems like every kid in middle school these days wants to be a Let's Player.
And that's
now.
why we need cancer research.
Right. Jesus.
But I mean, well, and the thing is, a lot of people go, "Oh man, I remember Twitch back in the good old days,"
Right.
and it's like,
No, you
"Oh
don't.
really?
Those weren't
I
good,
remember
yeah.
Twitch back in the good old days when chat was split into 10 rooms, no matter how many chatters you had, and the
Ugh.
mods had to keep refreshing the chat over and over again to hopefully get into the chat with the broadcaster
Jesus.
and stuff like that." And when it like people complain about latency and stuff like that, it's like, you guys have no idea.
Yeah.
It's so much better now. Please stop.
I believe it. Yeah, go ahead.
I was gonna say shout outs to Michael. His channel's Timber Taft. Give it a whirl.
Yeah, subscribe.
Michael's a good guy.
I really should. I don't know. Rooster Teeth podcast does this thing where like everything that they mention, they like list below. I'm too lazy.
Piece of shit.
Well, like we talk about a lot of shit. Like they literally like if there's even like an underground joke, like a meme that comes up, they'll like link the meme so that people can be like, I don't get it. Like,
Are you saying we're worse than Rooster Teeth?
we're worse than memes?
Yeah,
is
you
what
are.
I'm saying.
Yeah. But yeah, it's pretty cool that like I am in a house full of YouTubes and I have never made a YouTube video in my life.
Well, I mean, I don't know. Like I've known. I mean, you know, like Danny B
Yep.
and like all those guys, and like we all hung out at TwitchCon and stuff. I mean, you've always been in the like in the groups, in the hangs, and like
Yeah.
finally now you have like a video game job. I don't know, like
Yeah.
that was
It's
cool.
interesting. I have my buddy back home, Garrett.
Yep.
I mentioned Garrett. He used to be a streamer, and he was like,
I know
like,
Garrett. I actually followed
Yeah, he
Garrett
was-
on
he was,
Twitter,
like,
and then I found out that
Garrett
like he
B,
knows,
dude.
yeah, and he knows
Yeah.
you, and it was like this really weird
Shout outs.
thing.
He was like, yeah, Chatia12 came into my chat one time a long time ago. I'm like, she's a friend of mine.
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
it-
guess.
to-
Thanks, Rich.
What?
Well,
Thanks,
it
you
is-
guess.
I guess.
Well, no,
guess I'm your
it's
friend.
it's just
What
kind
are
of
the
bizarre that
chances?
he's
Yeah.
just that.
Yeah.
It's just like, what are the chances? And like, I don't know. Shout outs to Garrett. He doesn't stream anymore, but I don't know. He's a cool guy. Garrett
No,
B, dude.
the internet is a very small world, actually. Yeah, it is cool.
It's interesting.
You're interesting.
Don't lie.
Yeah.
The admin,
That's
You're
a
right.
controversial thing
You're
I just
right.
brought up on
and
this
part of
phone.
it too is like the admin thing is how a lot of people know like why my name is sort of more recognized because
Yeah.
when you go into chat with the big
Yeah, I mean, like you
badge.
have the hoodie.
I should probably preface that I was a Twitch admin.
So
for
how
everybody.
did you become a Twitch admin?
So this was back when Twitch had literally just flipped, like JTV had literally just flipped into Twitch, and basically they wanted more admins because they were going to grow, and it was just kind of I believe they had just brought on the great GQ, and it was Horror at the time was the guy in charge of the admins, and he asked GQ, you know, who is part of the community, who's responsible and all that. I mod for a lot of bigger channels like Man vs. Game and things like that, and Horror basically said, hey, do you want to be an admin? And I was like, fuck yeah, let's do it.
It's awesome. Like it's been really cool because like you were also like I feel like most of the admins like flocked towards like the League streamers and the Call of Duty, and like you were always with like the casual game streamers. You were always with like Man vs. Game, with Zeke, with like Lethal Frag too, right?
Yep.
You would always be in those
Yep.
chats. So like it was nice to almost have like you know, when people would come to these streams and start DDoSing and do crazy shit that we had, like you to be there to actually be like, oh, hey, there is an admin that actually like cares about us.
Yeah. And
So-
that was very much the role that I sort of saw myself in. So we would have meetings with Twitch staff, and part of our job was, telling the viewers what Twitch was doing, but also going the other way and saying, okay, here's what the community wants. And I very much saw it as my like job to be like, hey, there's these variety streamers
Right.
over here and they do stuff too and they really want things too. They're not League, but they're still cool.
Variety streamers that play games spanning from Dark
Yeah.
Souls to Bloodborne.
But honestly,
Nice.
like, I'm not an admin
Bargain bin
anymore.
streamers.
That's actually Man vs. Games like bio for TwitchCon. I don't know if you saw
Yeah.
that. Like it became a joke in his channel because they're like Man vs. Game plays all sorts of games ranging from Dark Souls to Bloodborne.
Yeah.
Shout outs to man. I love you, dude.
Shout outs to
To ya
Mr.
boy.
versus Game.
Yeah.
Go on, sorry.
What was I saying now?
I don't know. We don't.
Oh, yeah, that's what it was. Like, I'm not an admin anymore, but just kind of like seeing what Twitch has been doing is they do seem to be sort of caring more about the variety streamers.
Yeah.
Like, obviously, they still care about esports. That's like their big money, whatever. But
Right.
I mean, when they're flying people out to E3 to like all these conventions, it's the variety guys that are getting out here, not the esports guys.
Well, Canadian.
What? Shut up, Rich. What did I say?
You said flying out.
Oh my god, I've been so good all weekend. It's been our other Canadian that's been ooting and a booting, and I think I'm just tired. I think that's the problem. You finally sleep deprived me enough that the oots and the boots are coming out.
Or
that's Michigan. That's not Canada.
That's like John.
Yeah,
Paul
yeah.
I think it's really cool though too that I feel like after things like Twitch Plays Pokemon and stuff that like I feel like the general Twitch community, you know, started realizing that like Twitch can be used for a lot of different shit. Like, I mean, there's obviously the surge after the Bob Ross thing with like creative. I mean, you know, like me, DJ Cutman, Kyle Landry, we're all trying to push the music thing, and I'm thinking about jumping ship and just going to creative.
You should.
I did that today.
You did. Like I've been trying. I think I've talked to you about this a couple of times that you really need to go into creative because it's just the way it works, man.
I feel like I was one of the first people that really wanted to just be like, fuck it, like let's make music a thing because like. I remember Jack and I were talking about it, and I think we used this phrase on BoyFlop before, where Jack described this whole like musicians playing on Twitch like this big pussy waiting to be fucked that nobody fucking like of course like if you like imagine if Metallica held a Twitch stream. Yeah, we're gonna have 8-Bit Drummer who's actually sitting over there in the audience. Our big giant
premier boy.
Yeah. Who I mean, you know, clear example of why like, you know, Twitch creative musicians and stuff is super important and booming right now on Twitch and needs to boom more, but it feels like nobody's fucking paying attention.
Well, I think especially like, and I agree that you were probably one of the first people to start. I don't think Twitch knew what to do with you.
Right.
Because you don't play you did play games every now and then, but you didn't really fit anywhere.
Right.
And so I feel like when they made the music section, they had no clue what they were actually going to do about it with it, and they just stuck like Monster Cat in there and then like let people join it.
And
but with
Monster
creative,
Cat,
they had like a vision, like this is what the creative section of Twitch is going to be, and they pumped it with Bob Ross, and they're continuing to like, you know, like they have contests and
don't make that face, Rich.
What?
It's fucked up.
And yeah, like creative people in creative do really well. You can ask the 8-Bit Drummer when he's on. Like
absolutely.
it makes a big difference.
You streamed on creative today, though, right?
Yes, I did, and I didn't see a difference really. I actually got less viewers than I usually do, but I feel like maybe I just need to make a presence or something.
Well, and keep in mind when you're streaming during E3.
True.
So people are watching other stuff.
Yeah, and that's the other thing. Like I've always been frustrated that like Monster Cat like pretty much trumps the music thing. Like you can't. They do the 24-hour music thing, and it's constantly like 2,000 viewers. Yeah. So. Oh, well.
We've seen like little random things on there before that were like out of nowhere. Like remember MagFest, I think 2 years ago, where it was like Kyle Landry is streaming, and then it was like, wow, 10K viewers. Yeah. Holy shit.
Yeah, what was he made like a fuck ton of money in donations.
That was like wasn't that one of his like first streams?
Oh yeah.
And it was just like suddenly 1 million. Like I think Twitch like featured him on the front page too.
That doesn't actually get you that many extra viewers, to be honest. People really freak out about front page. It's not a big deal.
They did that to Jack once, and he shot up to like a couple hundred, didn't he?
Yeah, you'll get you'll get a couple hundred viewers, but I mean, in the big scheme of things,
I mean that can like shoot you up to the top of a category.
That's true.
Yeah, and I've always found this, like, I don't know if this is the case with Twitch, but like YouTube, it's always been kind of like an exponential growth where it's just like, you know, you might kind of fall off the wagon if you don't make enough stuff. But like, if you really grind and get those viewers, like even if it's 3, 6, 12, like then you have that momentum to really push you and get the big numbers. But like, I don't know. I feel like Super Guitar Brothers, they've been on the front page a few times. And I think that really like, that helps them get bigger numbers too. I don't know.
I feel like Twitch has walls. Twitch has like these viewer walls, like about 100. Once you can really
I know what you mean.
Grow, you get to about 100 viewers, and then you're gonna get stuck there for a while.
Yep.
Then the next one is about 500.
Yep.
And then about 1,000, and then about every 1,000 after that. Yep. There's this wall. I don't know, but it happens to every streamer.
Is that like a thing that's implemented into Twitch itself?
No,
or is that just the nature
this
of the
is
beast?
the nature of the beast, and I don't know why it's like that, but I see it with like every single. It must be like a community thing.
It's interesting because like with YouTube, it's like I feel like it's definitely easier once you hit a certain threshold. Like you said, it's exponential. So once you hit like 10K, you're gonna have a hell of a lot of an easier time than if you're just like starting off. If you're at 100K, it's gonna be a hell of a lot easier than 10K.
Yeah, it totally
you don't really just get
snowballs,
stuck somewhere. I feel like.
Yeah. I mean, you have to remember though that Twitch is concurrence. It's not like with YouTube. You guys, people can come and watch whatever
view is
they
a
want.
view. Yeah.
But with Twitch, it's concurrent. So I hate to say this, but you're competing against all the other streamers, and I feel like maybe that's where the walls are. Is
maybe
you're either hitting different pages or like for me, I like smaller streams. I do not like streams that have 6,000 people in open chats because I'm about community. I like the little 100, 200 person streams. So a lot of times when people get up into the 1,000, 1,500, I drop off, and I'm not the only person that's like that.
Yeah,
so it might be something like that where your turnover is just happening at the same rate.
Absolutely. I feel like the other thing, like what you were saying about concurrent viewership too, is like it's harder to get concurrent viewers than just like, I mean, on YouTube you get a view as a view, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like whereas Twitch, the thing you're trying to get are people who view and stay there. They stay in your stream for a long time. Like engagement kind of affects the algorithm, maybe how much your video gets pushed up on a search bar, who gives a shit, but like Twitch, like they really look at that shit to push you. So I don't know, I think it's interesting. I think it's harder for Twitch streamers to get those higher numbers. I remember I think what was the first time you heard of me was that the Man vs. Game interview?
So we've kind of tried to figure this out. I actually knew about you before, and I think it was through Lon JP. I was a big fan of Lon JP.
I love Lon JP.
And you were one of the like recommendeds in Lon JP, and I clicked on it, and it was Family Jules 7X, and so I found you through Lon JP.
Does he upload anymore?
I haven't seen it in forever. I don't think he does. He's so good.
I miss him so much. Do you know Lon JP? Let me show you his video. He's a classical guitarist. He does video game stuff.
It's really good.
Fucking shit.
He does like
amazing.
tutorials and stuff too.
I did for one of my finals in music college, I did his he did a song from Harry Potter, the third one, and his the movie was shit in my opinion. You liked it. You liked Prisoner of Azkaban,
it's
right?
It's objectively the best one.
Really? All right, we'll talk about that later. Some people here haven't seen Harry Potter, but
I'm sorry.
My favorite song from that movie, and that new director and that new style of writing the music or whatever. He did an arrangement of it, and it fucking put me to tears the second time I heard it. He's amazing. I'll show you him. Cool. The reason I brought it up was not to fucking be like, oh, when did you hear about me? Shit. No.
Which, by the way, I'm an OG Family Jewels member. That's that was probably year 1 and year 0.5 or something. I was
definitely sub 5,000 subs.
Yeah.
I remember around that time I was sitting pretty, getting 3,000 views of videos, hey, I'm the shit. Yeah. And I remember going into Man vs. Game, or I was probably getting about 10,000 views or something, and I was that was my average, and I remember going into Man's stream, and he interviewed me thanks to Danny B and stuff, and I remember coming into the chat and seeing wow, there's only 500 people here. What the fuck's going on? I think it got up to 1,000. I'm like, wow, that's still pretty low. I didn't realize that the numbers are so much fucking different. I felt like shit until somebody in the chat was just like, wow, Jules, how does it feel being on a Twitch channel with so many viewers? And I'm like, I've seen more than that on YouTube. But yeah, it's harder on Twitch, I think.
Well, the thing is too, I mean, they track views as well. You can check how many views a person has, because the concurrence is how many people are there at that moment. Right. But there's also views, which is how many people total have been there and left, just like the YouTube views. And
that's up there.
That's up there. I mean, if you have 1,000 concurrents, you're looking I don't know, 10, 20,000, probably way more views than that.
Definitely.
So yeah.
I mean, I remember back in 2013, before I was really doing the YouTube stuff super hardcore, maybe around the time I was doing my first couple of videos, I did stream video games and stuff, and it was just man, I'm not getting any viewers ever. I actually did start getting some because my buddy worked at Blizzard and I got a beta for Hearthstone.
Oh, nice.
Then I had viewers, but the only reason is because people wanted keys.
Right. Yeah.
And they were there was a couple times where I got 20 or 30, but then I just started doing YouTube more seriously. But I was just what the fuck? How the fuck do you get people to watch this?
It is all about community on Twitch.
I cheated. I had to fucking get a game that everyone was hype about that only pretty much me and a few other people could get their hands on.
Right.
Yeah, it's definitely all about community. It's at least the variety stream. I mean, there's two ways to get big on Twitch. Either you're good at games or you're entertaining.
I would go so far as to say is like, I mean, I feel like people say it on YouTube. The way to get big on YouTube is do something different.
Yeah.
But I feel like with YouTube, like, I mean, not that I think I'm big on YouTube, but I did something many people were doing. I just did it for a really fucking long time and let it just snowball slowly over time. Whereas I feel like on Twitch, like, it doesn't work as easily.
No.
Like, you can very easily kind of fall off.
Absolutely.
I feel like on Twitch, you really need to do something super fucking different. You need to be Twitch plays Pokemon. I mean, 8-Bit Drummer, you did something like something nobody did that. Like, at least at that level. I mean, I was trying to play games.
Nodded in agreement.
Yeah.
Yes.
You can talk. It's fine. You're not. Okay.
He's choosing not to.
I don't know. I just feel like it. On Twitch, you have to do something that creates your own audience because, it's so easy to fall off if you don't have that hype anymore, if you don't have any keys or you're just popular because of the game you're playing.
Like people hung around pretty much just because I was playing a game they wanted to play.
Right.
And like people said like I was okay at streaming and I was like just like talking and stuff, but like looking down at that like that 0 number or that 1 number, which is in which you're the only viewer and you've been talking at a camera by yourself for 3 hours straight, is really fucking discouraging.
Right.
Yep. I mean, you're right to a point. I mean, there are streamers who have just kind of marathoned it out. Dan's Gaming comes to mind. Dan's Gaming has been on JTV since JTV existed.
Dan's
and
cool,
I mean, he had a day job. He worked 40 hours a week at a bookstore, I believe. And he would come home and he would stream for 8 hours every day. And he did that for, I think, 3 to 4 years.
Damn.
Because on JTV, you could not make a living as a streamer. There was no monetization whatsoever. So it wasn't an option.
Right.
Once they switched to Twitch, then we got the partner program and all that. But even then, I don't think Dan was one of the first partners because he didn't have enough viewers.
Yeah.
And I believe it was one of his horror months. So every October he does this horror month where he plays all these horror games. Right. He literally just exploded. Yeah. And it was an Undertale.
Sorry, I love the way Canadians say horror.
It's a meme. Make fun of Canadians talking.
He was playing a lot of horror games where he just...
That's a whole other conversation.
I actually I think I've said hi to Dan's Gaming a few times, but the only time I ever tweeted at him was I was walking through a Spencer's and I was in like the sex toys section and there was like this there's like this guy on like the front that looked just like him, but he was wearing like these tight spandex thing. I don't know.
Are you sure it wasn't Dan?
It might have been. I tweeted at him and he laughed. So at least he saw it. But that's my only interaction with him. He's a really good
Dan
streamer.
is like a genuinely awesome person.
Cool.
I met him I've talked to him a lot because he was an admin as well. Mm-hmm. So I talked to him a lot, and then I finally met him at TwitchCon, and he was amazing. Mm-hmm. But yeah, he just exploded over one of his horror months. It was like Undertale, and
I hear it too now.
Yeah, like
I feel like because I knew what you were talking about, like I didn't even second it. But now that you mentioned it, I'm like, no, I'm ruined.
I'm not gonna say that ever again. No. During October, Dan exploded. And
because he was playing a horror game.
Exactly.
Because he was
playing a horror game.
And and so now he's like a really huge streamer. Like he averages 5,000 to 6,000 viewers. Yeah. He's one of the founders of Nerd Fusion, a big Twitch team. He quit his job a couple years ago, hasn't looked back, kind of thing. So yeah, there are people that have kind of just stuck it out and made it. But like when I think of people like Futureman Gaming, he had a gimmick. If you guys have never checked out Futureman Gaming,
I was actually going to bring him up. He's fun.
Yeah, he's fun, cool. And he's on the pre E3 show with Carnage.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so like he's really taken off because he had such a good like gimmick, something different.
Right.
It had never been seen.
Maybe I'm wrong. The doing something different definitely is like that rocket that you just hang on to and you ride to the top. But yeah, no, I suppose there are. I don't know much about Twitch too. Like I don't know a lot of these streamers and stuff.
Well, part of the problem with Twitch, and I don't want to speak for him, but I feel like Futureman Gaming kind of hit this as well, as he had a gimmick and he's still carrying the gimmick, but she loses steam. You can't have that long term. You have to have you have to be entertaining. Besides that, you have to have a bedrock. Use the gimmick to build your community, and then once it starts to lose steam, you can
make it become
it's really interesting to think about like the types of streamers, because there's people who are like crazy entertaining and try to like do these like extreme things to get attention like that, and then there's like speedrunners who are so fucking entertaining by just sitting there quietly playing a game,
Well,
not saying a damn thing.
Yeah.
The chat makes it awesome.
Yeah.
And like just watching the game is insane and is like super hype, even though they might just go like, cool, like in a 4-hour span of playing.
Yeah.
It's so interesting to think about that.
Absolutely.
Because like I personally enjoy watching speedruns
Yep,
on
me
Twitch
too.
more than anything. Like I don't really like for like GDQs it's fun, but like other channels where it's just people doing let's play type stuff, whatever, take it or leave it. I don't know. It's just kind of cool to consider like they're not saying anything.
Right.
Well, and that's kind of what I was saying is like
Yeah.
either you're good at games, which speedrunners fall into that category, or
Yeah.
you're entertaining, which is a lot of the variety streamer side. Entertaining, of course, being subjective. Like
Yeah. Right.
I would argue people like Lethal Frag. I mean, his big thing was he did the 1 year challenge.
Yeah.
He streamed 365 days in a row. Didn't miss I think he technically missed one because his power went out, but that wasn't like it didn't count or whatever.
Right, right.
And so that's sort of how he got known. He was like the first guy to actually do that.
Yeah. Plus,
But
he
he's
had a really
not-
good beard.
He's not like, and the beard. He's not like a very gregarious, like loud person. He's kind of quiet
Yeah.
and very analytical. Tornus, I'd put in this category as well. He's amazing at strategy games. XCOM, he did what's the ridiculously hard? It's like Iron Man, Impossible, whatever. Like he does really hard strategy game stuff. Well, you know, he's not being loud and funny and whatever, but it's awesome to watch still.
I was actually gonna ask you, Adriana, because you actually have a lot of streaming experience, not on your channel though. Like you mostly stream with Messiah and Ella,
Yes.
and I don't know. Like I think it's
Those
interesting.
streams are fun.
Yeah, well, I think it's interesting because like that's almost like the way you guys stream is really interesting in that like Masay will be playing this game that's really intense and like
Right.
you know she was trying to beat the Sans fight on Undertale, but you were kind of like you know while she was concentrating, kind of addressing the chat because it's
Right, yeah. And I think for a stream like that, she definitely likes her chats to be lively and fun.
Right.
And so for a stream like that where she had to be like super focused on the game, I
Right.
think it was really smart of her to be like, "Hey, will you
could have some help."
Yeah.
There you go,
well,
Raid
can I-
Rich's Twitter.
Hashtag shut up, Rich.
Well, I mean, for like you know streamers like Masay, I mean, like you know, she's definitely in that category of like I want to be engaging with my audience, like I want to be talking to my chat. But when you're fighting fucking Sans and Undertale, it's like you kind of got to focus on that. Like you gotta fucking.
Thanks.
What did
everything
I
up.
inconvenience
Fucking
you in
fine
particular, Rich?
podcast talk.
Jesus fuck! You don't even want to be on this podcast. This is my podcast.
Who's the one who edits it?
I made.
Guys,
I
this
do.
argument is happening because what is that? A twist off cap.
This bottle cap represents
bottle
the
cap?
destruction of my relationship with Rashad EB.
Yes,
that was never
Seems to
complete.
be intact.
It's not.
Rip.
It's you don't know
across the room as you might, it still remains
on
intact.
the surface it's fine, but deep down it's torn and corrupt.
It's concave. There's no deep down.
The inside the shut up. Anyways, jeez.
Well,
Jules-
I'm so glad that we got to witness that.
Anyways,
The destruction of your friendship.
there was never any there was never any construction of it.
There was never a friendship.
Say again.
I don't know what I was trying to say.
Jules, I feel like you struggle with like what you were talking about too, though. Sometimes like you're doing production streams and it's like you have to work and you have to get this riff and you're trying to do this, that, and the other thing, and chat's just kind of off doing its own thing.
When I'm trying to fucking play the leads to Strike the Earth by Shovel Knight by Ver, it's like
easy.
well, yeah, I mean, it's tough to kind of interact with the chat, but like the reason I do like that, I didn't immediately say like music production streams. Who the fuck would give a shit? Like, I saw it as like it's almost kind of like a video game, and there are times when it's just like whoop doop, just doing the easy shit. But then when it gets hard, it's like I was hoping maybe it would get intense in the way that it's just like shit. Will this be the one? Will this be the earn? Will this be the take? And then no, he fucked it up. Like shit. And then everyone's in the chat's like, you fucked up. Yeah. What was that?
You fucked up, now you really fucked it up.
I was almost afraid, like, you sang that once on my stream today. I thought you were just going to do that every time I fucked up a riff.
No.
I'd probably start crying.
That would have been funny.
No, it's not nice.
You sang it.
Bad.
What are you drawing?
I'm drawing a face on the balloon.
Oh, it's pretty.
It's like
For-
Uma Thurman.
For my birthday... My birthday yesterday was amazing in that like you guys all shoved me in my room while you guys went out, got stuff done, then brought stuff to set up like
We
this.
didn't have to shove you in
No.
your room. You slept until like
That's true.
forever.
I did. Well,
He
I was up
shoved
until
himself sleepily in his room.
I was up until like 7 the night before,
Right. Yeah.
dealing with some things and like
Wow, you went to bed at 7 p.m.
yeah, it was almost past my bedtime.
Oh.
No, but then I was in that room while you guys were setting stuff up, and I would like, be like, oh, I have to go to the bathroom, and like somebody would come up and be like, no, you can't come in yet, come in yet. And then like when I was finally able to come in, like there were like balloons on the ground, and there was a cake, and it was really cute. And my favorite part was then like Adriana was just like, okay, everybody, here we go, happy birthday, fuck, and like saw something messed up, and then like scrambled
We forgot
around.
to put the party hats on.
But
It was really important.
It was just funny seeing like everybody just like kind of bumbling around like yeah, and then like Adriana just frantically being like,
It had
okay,
to be it needed to be perfect.
it was perfect, thank you so much.
Okay, good.
But yeah, so now I'm 25 and old,
Stop.
and I think about dying every day of my
He is
life.
25 old.
I think about what it's going to be like to finally leave this world.
Let's go get our AARP card. Let's go
Speaking
get our
of-
NAACP card.
Birthdays. John's birthday is
Technically,
technically tomorrow.
The current time is 1:17 a.m.
So-
June 13th. So tomorrow
technically tomorrow
will be your boy's 22nd
sucks.
birthday. He's not even
going
here.
to be 22 years young.
Go to bed.
Rich, what are you doing this week?
What?
Can we stop this podcast?
Jumping off the roof.
Are you uploading it to YouTube?
Yeah.
You
It's going to be
paying?
my most viewed video. It's going to be called Megalovania 2. It's just going to be me running off a roof with a cape on.
Oh Jesus! you know what?
8-bit's losing
You
it.
broke 8-bit.
Yeah. This
Are you
whole,
going to do a drum cover, Jared?
You can do a drum cover of it.
Someone requested
you can do a roll
Megalovania
on
2.
your-
It's like, okay.
Oh, we got him to make a sound.
Okay, here we go. Ah! And you try to hit the kick pedal, and then you go. Ba-da-ba-da-da-ba. Bam!
Rich hits the ground really violently. You just go, ba-dumps.
My death is a joke.
That's fucked up.
Yeah.
You live.
Uma Thurman.
Push your eyes together.
What am I doing this week? I'm making a
Fedora? Making a
Making a fajita. No, I'm doing something.
He's making a man.
Nah, careful. I'm doing a thing that may or may not slightly be Undertale, but not really.
He's doing.
No. Want to keep it a secret.
He's doing.
Uma
Cory
Thurman.
Toby
in the
Fox.
house.
Yeah.
Cory in the house.
Yeah,
Cory.
the hip new Toby Fox, Toby Keith collaborative effort.
Cory in the House
Cory in
2
the
by
House.
Toby Fox.
Yeah.
I believe
I don't
it.
know. There's that, and then I kind of do some more Mega Man and some more shit. I
Do
don't
more
know.
Mega Man X. Your
What?
last one was really good. Do more
You're
Mega Man
really
X.
good, motherfucker.
Aha.
Yeah. I don't know. There's what else would I do for Mega Man X? Yeah, I'll just cover that. That's the sound I'll make as I'm falling off the building with the cape on. It'll be like. Okay. I don't know. I'm doing a bunch of shit. I don't know. What are you doing?
Me?
Yeah.
I've been. I'll hopefully now be streaming my Game Over theme medley. We did the bass and classical guitar, and I did the Game Over Yeah thing. Still working on trying to figure out. I mean, depending on when your boy gets back, we'll figure out if I'm gonna actually have him for the "You Are Dead" theme, which I still can't believe is a thing.
John sucks.
Can we
I wa-
pretend this balloon with a face is John since he's not here?
Yeah,
You have to put a bucket on his head.
put a bucket.
Put the bucket on.
Have him.
He's right there. He's here in spirit.
Have him dribbling pizza and smoothie. Like,
Yeah,
in the mouth.
just get the bottle of ketchup out of the fridge and just like squirt the entire bottle on
He'll
it.
look dead. He'll look like he just like stabbed him.
It'll look like John in his natural habitat.
I don't know. I don't know. I feel like mostly you and I are just babysitting, because like I don't think Like,
There's a lot of people here.
and like it's not gonna end. Like there's gonna be guests and shit for the next month or two, because like
My wife Anna is coming into town tomorrow.
yes, your wife, and when you leave, I think we're gonna have Jonathan Parecki here as well.
No, I'm so sad. I'm missing.
Like I remember like the day before Adriana got here, you and I were in the kitchen. I was just like, it's weird. It isn't gonna be you, me, and John for like a really long time.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. It's weird. Like that dynamic is gonna be different for a
A
while.
bunch of children.
But like when that,
You're a bunch of children.
How did you know?
can we keep this civil? Jesus fucking Christ.
I know these things.
Uma Thurman doesn't have a nose.
He's a kitty now.
Woof woof woof.
Yeah, bark.
It's a dog.
Pork.
I don't know. I'm working on a bunch of shit, but probably just hanging out with boys and showing them San Diego, which I don't know because we never leave our fucking house. And everybody's a meme and just wants to play video games. But yeah. I'm trying to think of other shit I'm working on. I've been
Sorry.
You squeaking over there?
She needs cat ears.
I've been do you want to say something? I'm sorry. I didn't realize it's
Yes.
all right.
Awesome.
I guess that's settled. I don't know. We're trying to. I guess we're doing bug fixing and stuff for Proto, trying to get it a little bit smoother, so that maybe like we can actually start putting together like press stuff and maybe bring it to a con or something. But like we're all like really kind of lax about all of it. You know what I mean? Like we don't really have a time schedule, and we're kind of like it's all like it's a project we're all really in love with. Like we're all like really happy with where it's going, and everybody is like, I don't know, everyone's working really hard, and I think that's actually bad because we're never going to want to finish working on it. So I think once we kind of get a basic structure, like a playable game that doesn't crash every 5 seconds and the music doesn't suck and Darren starts drawing things other than puppers,
And Overwatch.
Yeah, then maybe we'll have something cool with that. But I'm very happy with how the soundtrack is composed. I just gotta kind of redo the sounds and thank you and get it sounding a little bit better. But other than that, yeah, Game Over theme medley probably coming out in a few weeks, probably within the next week, I'd hope.
That cat balloon
but anyways.
is giving everyone fuck eyes.
Let me see. Let me see. Wait, can you take a picture? Take a picture and tweet it.
Okay. When this is out or
What's today? Today's
Sunday.
no, I can't.
Sunday.
My phone's dead. I memed
Today's
too hard with
Monday.
my phone.
somebody take a picture of the fuck me balloon.
I don't have my phone.
Somebody
That
don't-
is not what the cat is saying.
Oh,
the
yeah.
cat is saying, I
Meow,
have
meow,
very
meow.
poorly drawn facial
Be my cat toy. Ooh. Please pet my areas.
Pop me, daddy.
Let me see that.
Okay. Now, Mr. 8-Bit Drummer, you now need to tweet that as the fuck me balloon.
No.
The freak me balloon.
Freak me balloon. Perfect. Anyways, Adriana, I feel bad. Like we didn't really talk about anything that
About memes.
about
We
yeah.
talk about memes, my specialty.
We mostly went down.
It's okay. I'm here till July 5th, and
Yeah,
I'm sure we'll.
you're probably gonna be on every
Yeah.
most of the boy flops for the next month or so. So yeah, okay. What are you doing for the next week
Besides memeing,
besides memeing? Yeah,
I'm memeing.
are you gonna be doing any work
No,
lately?
I plan to do some videos with your assistance. Yep. Some videos with me in them.
Are you gonna say what you're doing? them
No, it will be
for? A surprise.
a surprise.
Cool.
I know what it's for.
Yeah, it's really cool, and I yeah. Either way, even if it's not what it will end up being, it's still really cool because you'll have some videos of you.
Yes,
And stuff.
exactly.
So yeah, look out for that, I suppose. Anything else? I'll probably drag you on all my streams again. 'Cause
Yay!
that was a lot of fun.
More Doritos.
More Doritos.
I'll probably be microwaving Rich's soul. I plan to do that this week.
We're fresh
He has
out
a
of
soul.
that. Fresh out.
I don't know. And I
Oh
suppose-
yeah, that's what I'm doing this week. I'm going to make sure I get my money's worth out of this $20 carrot pen.
You're gonna like kill it by the time you actually cosplay as Judy.
It's got replaceable batteries.
I've been wronged.
The 20 taller toy
20
speed.
taller.
20 taller.
What?
It's 20 feet taller.
What?
And he's 20 feet taller than me.
Erica, what are you doing for the next week?
I'm at E3.
Yeah.
Yay!
Yeah.
And then I'm coming back to the Boy Shack for like a day,
yeah.
and then
We'll
back
have,
home.
we'll have to do something special. Maybe do a stream with video games or something.
Yeah.
That'll be a lot
I'm
of
up for
fun.
that. And then next week, I don't know. I honestly, it's been so busy with us doing all this E3 stuff that we're kind of backlogged. I do stream, so
Yeah.
I gotta
What-
pick a
what-
game.
What are you streaming?
I was streaming 20XX this past week, which is amazing. So you know Mighty Number 9? That game that like hasn't come out and this Kickstarter went south? This is better version of that game. It's basically Mega Man, but it's a
Okay.
roguelike and it has co-op and it's really good as a kick-ass soundtrack. Oh my god,
How have I-
8-bit loves it. It's amazing.
I've not heard of it.
It's called
I saw it.
20XX.
I saw like yeah. Like someone mentioned it.
It's amazing. It's really good. Like I said, it's Mega Man, but it's a roguelike. And
Is it on Steam?
yeah, Steve,
Okay.
it's actually on sale until Monday. So unfortunately, all you people will probably not get to take advantage of that because BoyFlop's probably not going to come out by then.
Oh shit! Yeah.
But yeah, you guys should check it out if you're like jonesing for some. If you're jonesing for some Mega Man-ish stuff, check out.
I
20XX.
mean I finished Dark Souls 3 a few weeks ago, and like I jumped right into Bloodborne like immediately after, and I feel like I was kind of trudging through it, and like I love it, don't get me wrong, but I feel like I'm so tired on the Souls-like game. Like
They're good.
they're good, but like I feel like after 50 hours of kind of like trudging through, not knowing what's coming next, and being like fuck, everything's hard. Like I wanted to play Dark Souls 3 again, like kind of knowing everything that was happening, and maybe just do a sackhead run or some shit. I don't know.
It's weird because like I went from like
Ow!
no, I'm not the one that threw a balloon at
He
you.
threw a balloon in my face. He knocked a balloon in my
You
face.
told him to
this
throw
is the
it.
second. I did not tell him to throw it. This is the second day in a row that's happened. Yesterday, Rich served the balloon.
You came up and be like, yo, throw that balloon at me. And
No, I
did it.
didn't.
And then you
I
caught it
didn't
with your
say
face.
anything.
You caught it with your face.
I was walking next to him holding the balloon, and he grabbed it and served it volleyball style at my face.
No, you said have some ice cream, and it was a balloon
Oh,
in a
actually,
party
you're
hat.
right. You're right. Same thing.
Anyway, I was gonna say like I went from like Sultan Sanctuary
Yeah.
to Dark Souls 3. Actually, it was like Bloodborne to Sultan Sanctuary to Dark Souls 3 to another game that's a Souls-like called like they're playing with balloons. I'm gonna pop it.
Don't pop it.
She's pretty. Don't.
She's gonna be all saggy and old and dead.
Moral of the story is all I play are Souls-like games just because I'm awful. The end.
Moral of the story: Rich is awful. Thanks for
You got me.
you missed.
Got me good. Try again.
But anyways, what I was gonna say is like I'd like games of different genres and stuff so that I can kind of like what was I playing? I feel like I started another game, but I don't even remember because I've been freaking out about my computer not working for a week straight. My computer freaking danging up, crapping out.
I'm actually really looking forward to the BoyFlop with the 8-bit drummer because I'm interested to see what the language is like.
Oh, it's gonna be great. we still really want to do, or at least I still want to do like BoyFlop games where we stream with like the three of us and just like I feel like it's gonna be like a train wreck of like the three of us trying to play video games together.
Yeah, we'll burn the house down.
Like sitting on that couch out there, like on the projector, just like I don't know. Like I had this idea where it'd be like I wanted to play off. Okay, you know when like your friend is trying to show you a game, and it's like clearly like you don't like it at all, but they keep just trying to be like, no, just get past this level. No, just play it just a little bit more. Like I wanted to do something where it's just like one of us tries to make the other two play a game that like the other two hasn't played before and try to defend it, whereas all three of us hate video games for the most part.
Well, entirely. And it's an I do anyway.
I want to see Rich play Lego Island, personally.
Good choice.
Have you played Lego Island?
I have not.
Dude, it is not good. Like, I feel like, I don't know, I can't even remember how you get your hands on Lego Island. I think it might have been like one of those like Windows 95 games or
Nice.
something that like I don't know, like but it played like a fucking like Chex Quest style game that you only get in the cereal box or something. I don't know.
I feel like the entertainment from that will just be how frustrated Rich is with how bad all the games are.
Well, that's how I feel too. Shout outs if you know what Chex Quest is, which I feel like maybe
I've played that.
Have you?
Yeah.
Have you like? There's probably
When I
4.
was like 5.
Yeah. Didn't you like only get it in a box of? And it's just like a.
You know what my favorite game is?
What?
The microphone.
You're such a dick.
Oh, nice. He stabbed it with a knife.
Thank you everybody for listening to BoyFlop. I'm Family Jules 7X.
I'm offended.
And
Chatia12.
all right, bye. Go to bed.